So what are the differences between our Prodiamine and our Dithiopyr when we're talking about pre-emergence? What's up, guys? It's Mr. Ferguson here. We're going to get into that question right now. So I hope you guys are having a great 2026. Thank you for checking out this video. Please give it a like if you learned something, if it piques your interest and you're interested in lawn care topics. We're still in the winter months, clearly, which is why we're talking about some of the things that we want to do once we get into the full swing of spring and we start getting back into working on this cool season lawn. It's pretty dormant, as you see behind me. The color looks great. We've had very high winds here in central North Carolina. We've got branches down that I need to go out and clear and throw in the woods, but the color looks good. We talked about how the lawn seems to be growing in, and we're getting closer and closer day by day, week by week, in applying our pre-emergent for the spring and summer to come. So I did go to AI for this, and obviously AI has gotten better since the last time we talked about rates and how it can give you the wrong rates. But in this is a comparison question, and I felt like AI could handle this. So I wanted to go over this with you all. So number one, what is Dithiopyr and what is Prodiamine? Well, they are two pre-emergents. And so number one, AI lists is the mode of action and weed control, Prodiamine. Prodiamine is strictly a pre-emergent, and it only prevents weed seeds from emerging. It does not kill weeds that have already sprouted. So that is very clear for anybody new to my channel here. When we put down Prodiamine in our lawn, if you have existing weeds in your lawn, Prodiamine is going to do absolutely nothing to those weeds. It is not meant to kill post-emergent or weeds we can see with our eye above the ground. This is a product that we're putting down basically in good faith, if you will, that once the temperature begins to change, once the soil begins to warm up and weeds begin to grow, your layer of Prodiamine is going to stop those weeds, not the ones that have already grown up in your lawn. So that is very key. It is also very effective at blocking seeds like crabgrass, goosegrass, annual bluegrass, henbit, chickweed, etc. before they emerge, which is exactly what we just talked about. So let's go to Dithiopyr. How is it different? Well, it acts as a pre-emergent and has limited early post-emergent activity. It can control very young crabgrass seedlings up to early tiller stages that have just germinated but not fully emerged. There is one difference in Dithiopyr versus Prodiamine. It does have the capability to possibly handle early stages of crabgrass. I didn't know that. Hope that's new and new to you as well. In practical terms, if you're a bit late getting a pre-emergent down and crabgrass has just started sprouting, Dithiopyr has more rescue power than Prodiamine. So we're going to do a video here before long where I am going to put Prodiamine here in my lawn because I'm going to be on schedule. I'm going to do it according to soil temperatures. We have a whole pre-emergent section already on this channel that you can go to right now if you want to start getting your brain in that mode. Excuse me, but I have to constantly go back and remind myself, okay, what are we doing? When do we need to do it? And remind myself. You can do that in the playlist here on the channel as well. But Dithiopyr, if you forget, you slip up and you're like, oh my gosh, I missed Mr. Ferguson's video. I love liking his video and subscribing to his page and commenting. Oh, just kidding. But if you're late, according to AI, Dithiopyr, the chemical, has the power to, number one, you can jump in. You can also catch some of that crabgrass, possibly take it out, as well as also be a pre-emergent factor. Also really cool. Also something I did not know. So number two, let's move into residual duration and soil behavior. Prodiamine, longer lasting in the soil. It builds a very stable chemical barrier that stays active longer and often giving season-long protection when timed correctly. Low soil mobility, meaning it binds tightly to soil and doesn't leach as much with heavy rain. And because of this, it's often considered more consistent if your region gets lots of rain. The barrier stays where you put it. So if you're up in, I know just when I think of lots of rain, I think of the Oregon, Seattle, West Coast area. If you are there, Prodiamine, it sounds like is a better option for you, but it is also longer lasting in the soil. It builds a very stable chemical barrier. It's season long protected and it lasts a long time. So it's a win-win in my opinion. If you're looking at pre-emergent, prodiamine is latching to the soil. It's not necessarily one rain is not going to wash it out. It's very durable and it's going to last a long time. I like that. That's why I like to use it personally as well. Let's go to Dithiopyr. How is it different? Dithiopyr has a slightly shorter residual, commonly considered good for 3 to 4 months, but generally not quite as long as prodiamine. Now, this may be useful for other people right here in central North Carolina, but let's go to the next one. More soil mobility, more downward movement than prodiamine. It can leach a bit deeper, which helps with anchoring in some soils, but can mean it breaks down sooner in wet conditions. So if you get if we have a rainy season, you chose to go with Dithiopyr, it can wash away your pre-emergent, and you're like, what the heck, Dithiopyr sucks, it don't work. Well, there you go. That's because all of the moisture can cause it to break down quicker. However, if it says it's good for 3 to 4 months and you're looking at doing it in February, maybe you're looking at overseeding in spring. Maybe you're one of these people that like to seed in spring. Dithiopyr might be better. You don't want prodiamine lasting all the way to the summer because you want to put down some seed, and you want your Dithiopyr to run out, and whatever grows at that point grows, and you'll be able to seed. But keep in mind, you could also do prodiamine and only tear up the soil in the areas where you did that and plant seed there while the rest of your lawn stays protected. So another thing to keep in mind, AI is getting smarter, and that is pretty cool. I'm learning things that I didn't know. All right, number 3, timing and reseeding. Maybe they're going to talk about what I just hit on. Prodiamine, because of longer residual, it often has a longer restriction before overseeding. There you go. I got ahead of myself. Meaning you may need to wait longer after applying before you can seed new grass. Dithiopyr typically allows shorter wait to reseed, still requires careful timing, and its early post-emergent action gives a bit more flexibility if your schedule slips. So exactly what I just said. I did read over this before coming out, but that's good that I'm on the same page as AI. It means my mind's in the right section. But it may be a better option for Dithiopyr if you're like, hey, I've got some spring seeding plans in these areas. You can do both, but the Dithiopyr may be a better option for you, so keep that in mind. And let's go to number 4, our last point, practical lawn care use. Prodiamine, great first spring application for seasonal lawn control, especially if you're on time and targeting weeds before they germinate. Very reliable in heavy rainfall. Very reliable if heavy rainfall is common soon after application. There you go. So prodiamine is just reliable, and it's going to last a long time, and I like my prodiamine to last as long as it can last into the summer to prevent all those weeds and crabgrass. We didn't do it last year, and it was a disaster. I saw lots of weeds that I never see when previously using prodiamine. Dithiopyr, often used later in the window or as follow-up to catch weeds that sprouted after the first application. Gives homeowners a bit of insurance thanks to its early post-emergence activity. So you could very much, maybe you don't want to do pre-emergent in spring when soil temperatures are getting around the 50s. You want to wait a little bit until it warms up in March, and you go Dithiopyr, and you have those post-emergent capabilities where if some of the crabgrasses begin to grow, that Dithiopyr may be able to take it out, and you're also going to get 3 to 4 months of coverage on it. There you go. Okay, so then it gives us a summary comparison from prodiamine, and I'll throw this hopefully up to the side, maybe over here beside me, but pre-emergent only for both of them. Post-emergent, prodiamine is not going to kill anything existing, limited for Dithiopyr, but that is a pro for Dithiopyr. What about residual length? Prodiamine lasts longer, Dithiopyr moderate. That may work out for overseeding. Soil mobility, it's lower, stays put for prodiamine. For Dithiopyr, it's higher, it can move more. It's not as stuck to your soil, if you will. That's what it talks about with soil mobility. Overseeding, weight, longer for prodiamine, shorter for Dithiopyr, as far as if you don't tear up the soil and break the barrier. If you do that, obviously, but depends on how deep it goes, right? And then best use, early season, long barrier for prodiamine, and flexible timing, rescue potential for Dithiopyr. So very cool. 2 different products, long-term pre-emergent. That's what we're starting to move into, and there's your comparison. And then lastly, recommendation tips. We'll just read this. If you always apply the exact exactly on time and want season-long control, Prodiamine is often preferred. If you sometimes start late or want a bit of early post-emergent action, Dithiopyr can be moving forward. It's kind of the too long didn't read all that, and these are the recommendation tips. There you go. I thought we would do something talking about what we're about to get into here soon, which is pre-emergent applications in our cool season lawn. There is your differences between Prodiamine, Dithiopyr. If you wait a little bit longer in spring or in 2026 to put it down, go with the Dithiopyr. I know you can go on Lawn Care Nut, Yard Mastery. They sell the granular bags that you can just spread with your spreader. However, I'm going to go Prodiamine. I like the longer lasting. It's better for the rainfall if we do. Obviously, here where I live, we don't get a lot of heavy rainfall. But if you live in a heavy rainfall climate, definitely I would lean towards the Prodiamine if you can time it perfectly. And so again, when it talks about timing, if you time it perfectly, Prodiamine is what to use. That's when we're talking about soil temperatures. You're looking at the 50s, rising up to 55 is when crabgrass begins to germinate, if I'm not mistaken. So right around 53, when our soil temperature is around 53 degrees, it's go time. It's time to do that first application. Again, I've got a video on that below. I don't want to throw out rates because I like to refresh my own memory. So hope this helps. Hope this gives you an idea of maybe what you want to go ahead and begin to purchase. We'll put some Prodiamine down low. We'll put some Dithiopyr down low if you need to go ahead and order some. I've got a big old jug in that shed down there that I've had for a while. Even my dad has begun to put that down because he sees a difference. When you put that down, man, stopping that crabgrass before it starts is absolutely critical for your lawn to look weed-free and beautiful. God bless you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts below. Give it a thumbs up. Hopefully, we'll see you on the next one. God bless.